Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara, and today I want to talk about something deeply personal to me, and that's feeling stuck after experiencing trauma or just a difficult season in your life. So I've started a couple of different projects recently, and I had so much momentum. I was really pushing full speed ahead. I was checking off boxes, I was tackling micro goals and running straight ahead, and I was just excited. And then one day I got a phone call that someone really close to me was in an accident, a bad accident. And it just threw a wrench in all of my plans. Gladly, everything turned out okay and my loved one is just fine, which is just a blessing from God. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, everything's okay. I can just jump back in where I left off and get started. And I felt stuck. I felt like, okay, I have my list of things to do. I stopped right here. Let's just pick up where we left off. This shook me to my core. I mean, I was feeling stuck. I was feeling unmotivated. I was disappointed in myself. It was really a difficult time, and getting back up and into position was really difficult. If this resonates with you, stick around and we're going to get into it. So this reminded me of a story of when I was a little girl. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I used to go outside and I used to ride my bike, but my mom was really strict. So it was literally ride your bike from one end of the street down to the other end and back. That was my experience with bike riding. So my aunt and uncle invited me to go on a bike riding trip with them on a trail. It was beautiful. There were trees and beautiful fall leaves to the left and to the right, and the scenery was great. But I had never ridden a bike on a trail before. And on this trail, there were so many hills. And I started riding my bike along with everyone. And as we were going for several minutes, the hills started getting deeper and higher. And so I would go up one hill and I would zoom down the next hill. And the higher the hill, the faster I would go down the next hill. And I remember I got to a certain hill and speeding up so fast that when it was going down, my legs couldn't even keep up with the pedals anymore. That's how fast it was zooming down. So here I am zooming down this hill and about to shoot up the next hill. And right before I got to the top of the next hill, I felt it. And I was like, oh no, this is not going to go well. And sure enough, as I shot up to the next hill, it kept going up. It kept going up. My bike kept going up. It actually lifted up off the ground. And I started to just dive down the next hill, not ride down the next hill, but dived down the next hill. And my bike went to the right and I got thrown off to the left, and the wind got knocked out of me. I mean, as I gasped, I like sucked in all these twigs and trees. And so I was just mad and defeated and like pissed that I was even there. And I just laid there for a while. After a little while, my uncle came over to me. He's like, hey, Tara, quite a fall you took there. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. And then the next words that he said to me, I will never forget. He said, time to hop back on. We got to get out of here. Time to get back on. Like you did you not see me almost lose my life and you want me to get back on this bicycle and continue? And there really wasn't another way. So I did, I grabbed my bike and I'm limping and I'm kind of walking with my bike up the hill, but it wasn't easier than getting on the bike. And eventually we got out of there. But I bring up that story because one of the things that I've learned in life that has just been the best lesson to me is that life is going to bring you seasons. It's going to bring you curveballs. It's going to throw a wrench in your plans. And if you're going through a difficult time, you can avoid what's going on. You can try to go around it, But if you really want to get to the other side of it, you absolutely have to go through it. It's common to feel stuck after you deal with a difficult experience or after a traumatic event in your life. It's really more common than you might expect. And so one of the things that I shared with you that I felt was disappointment in myself and frustration that I couldn't just move forward. So, why does this happen? When you experience trauma or any sort of difficult, unexpected thing that happens in your life, it can cause a halt in your progress. And basically, what's happening is your mind and your body are prioritizing your survival. You're in recovery mode. And so, it's important to give yourself time to heal. So, even though the event that happened might be over now, it's still to your mind and your body happening. So, that's often what causes us to be stuck. That's nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to so many of us. So, how do you get through it? When you're in that situation, take time to heal. Acknowledge what happened and acknowledge the response that you're having to it. You can't heal without feeling. Can I just say that again? You cannot heal if you refuse to feel. Allow yourself to feel all of the emotions that come along with what you're experiencing. That is sadness, that is anger, that is fear, that is all of the things that are difficult to feel that you're trying to shove down and push out. You have to go through it to get past it. And so, even if that means taking a day or two to just cater to yourself and be one with your feelings, as I always say, journaling is a great way to get through feelings that are difficult. For me, I started taking small steps. I realized that I wasn't able to just jump back in where I left off and that something was still bothering me. And I had to do just that. I had to pick up my journal. And even if I just wrote 2 sentences one day, this is what I feel, that was me starting to release some of it. I started to pay more attention to what I was feeding myself, and that's physically and mentally and emotionally. So if I'm feeling sad or if I'm feeling fearful, maybe I'm not going to sit and play that sad playlist or watch those sappy, sad movies or watch those scary movies that are going to trigger those feelings even more. I'm going to lean towards something more positive. Maybe I listen to music that I love. I like to listen to worship music. I like to listen to 80s and 90s music because it reminds me of times when I was younger that I really loved. And I also like cooking shows. So maybe if you have an interest or a hobby that sparks joy in you, you want to lean toward those things and stay away from things that are going to trigger those negative emotions because that's just going to keep you more stuck. One thing I'll tell you is that when you are feeling your lowest, really like defeated, one of the best reminders that things can get better is if you can get a laugh out. If you can get a laugh out, that means, honey, you are still in the game. Okay. So I just want to remind anyone watching this video, if this is something that you're dealing with, to just give yourself some grace. Everyone deals with experiences in life a little bit differently. And so allow yourself time to feel, to heal and process the things that are going on with you physically and emotionally. Sometimes life is just a lot, but you got this. And always remember, if you need help, ask for help. If you need someone to talk to, reach out. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, don't forget to like and share, and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you back here soon. Bye for now.